The path to India's independence was not an easy task. The freedom struggle happened almost for centuries and claimed thousands of lives and countless sacrifices. Some of the sacrifices went unnoticed and some of them found their way into our history books and are remembered even today with great sense of pride and honor. This video presents you some of the major turning points that played a crucial role in India's struggle for independence. The Indian independence movement began in the year 1857. Known as the Sepoy Mutiny, it was the turning point of the freedom movement and often regarded as the first war of the Indian independence. It was the first organized freedom struggle on such a large scale and paved the way for further struggles for freedom. The Indian Revolt of 1857 brought the end of the East India Company's rule in India that had been active for nearly 250 years. The company was formally dissolved and its ruling powers over India were transferred to the British Crown. It was in the year 1885 the Indian National Congress was created and became India's major political party. The birth of Congress in 1885 marked the entry of new educated middle-class population into politics and completely transformed the Indian political horizon. The party became the nation's leader in the Indian independence movement in its struggle against the British Empire. The Jallianwala Bagh Massacre in 1919 is one of the most brutal and gory events in India's history that resulted in the death of more than 1,000 people. The tragic Jallianwala Bagh Massacre took place on April 13, 1919 in Amritsar. This event, in which Brigadier General Reginald E.H. Dyer ordered indiscriminate firing at a crowd including women and children, killing hundreds of them, caused much resentment and anger among the people and led to the non-cooperation movement. The non-cooperation movement was pitched in under leadership of Mahatma Gandhi and Indian National Congress in the year 1920, which marked a new awakening in the Indian independence movement. Protesters would refuse to buy British goods, adopt the use of local products, and try to uphold the Indian values of honor and integrity. The non-cooperation movement was a great success as it got massive encouragement from millions of Indians and almost shook the British authorities. After the non-cooperation movement ended in India, Gandhiji started an even bigger movement, that is the civil disobedience movement. One of the main reasons for this movement was the monopoly the British had on salt in India. Indians were prohibited from collecting and manufacturing salt. Indians had to buy it from the British and also pay heavy tax when buying salt. Gandhiji hence started his famous Dandi March, a 241-mile journey on foot to the salt mines in Gujarat to make salt, defying the British law by non-violent means. The aim of this movement was a complete disobedience of the orders of the British government. During this movement, it was decided that India would celebrate 26th January as Independence Day all over the country. On 26 January 1930, meetings were held all over the country and the Congress tricolour was hoisted. In August 1942, Gandhiji launched Quit India movement with the famous slogan, "Do or die," to force the Britishers to leave India. Within hours of his speech, almost the entire top Congress leadership was arrested. With no one to give instructions, then began the truly people-led movement in our freedom struggle. The masses took the movement into their own hands. Women took active participation in the movement. Female leaders like Usha Mehta helped set up an underground radio station which led to the awakening about the movement. The Quit India movement, more than anything, united the Indian people against British rule. The Quit India movement was violently suppressed by the British. People were shot, lathi charged, villages burnt, and enormous fines imposed. In the 5 months up to December 1942, an estimated 70,000 people had been thrown in jail. Though the Quit India campaign was suppressed, it changed the character of the Indian freedom struggle, with the masses rising up to articulate as they had never before. The British masters now would have to quit India. In 1947, Indians finally saw their independence from the British, and long-awaited self-governing India legally came into existence. At the stroke of midnight of 14th August 1947, India achieves its independence. Since then, 15th August is celebrated as Independence Day every year. Jawaharlal Nehru becomes the first Prime Minister of Free India, and he continues his term until 1964.